And thank God I had very loving support from my family and my staff in my law firm and my friends, and I was able to get good treatment, and I've been in remission now for 6 years. And but what happened is the depression ended up being the greatest blessing of my career so far, because, and my psychiatrist told me that if I could just hang on and survive, it would be my greatest blessing. And it has been in several respects. First of all, it has given me a little dose of humility, not much, but it was much needed. And to know that just when I think I have my stuff together, I really don't. And that I'm a very vulnerable, frail human being subject to anything happening to me, and that I need to be grateful for every healthy day that I have. And it has given me a sense of gratitude for even the tiniest thing. Because I used to lay in bed for hours and not be able to get out of bed or even get to the shower. And so now to just get out of bed and feel good and take a shower and go to work, I'm intensely grateful for that every day. I now joke that in those days I would ponder the ultimate existential question every morning: do I go to work today or do I kill myself? And fortunately, those days are past, I hope forever, but depression can come back. It's a disease of relapse, but the last 6 years have actually been the happiest 6 years of my life, because I have developed a new ministry over the last 6 years, and that is the depressed lawyer. Depression, and actually it says it in this book, that Johns Hopkins University did a study and determined that lawyers have the highest rate of clinical depression of any profession, and it is a pandemic in the legal profession. It is the most underdiagnosed, underrecognized, undertreated problem in the legal profession. And it's an insidious disease because with alcoholism, there are so many symptoms that it's hard to hide. And when I was a drinking alcoholic, I would come to court hungover or smelling like alcohol or even drunk a few times, and everybody knew what was wrong with me. But with depression, you don't have those overt symptoms. People know there's something wrong with you, but they don't know what. And also, it's a disease where you just stay home, you isolate. And a lot of depressed lawyers kill themselves. And so I decided, okay, this is what I'm meant to do now. And so my passion for the last 6 years has been ministering to the depressed lawyer, and we've done a number of things in Texas. We have a video called Practicing from the Shadows on lawyer depression, which has now been disseminated to hundreds of thousands of lawyers around the nation. I formed another support group. It's a support group exclusively for depressed lawyers. It's a very confidential support group, and I now have 73 depressed lawyers in my support group, and this is just from Dallas. And now we're replicating the support group in other cities in Texas and hope to actually take the model national. And it has been, of all of my endeavors, it has been the most satisfying, because out of my 73 depressed lawyers, in any given week, 3 to 5 are in some kind of crisis. And so we mobilize resources and we get volunteers, and a lot of them are indigent, they don't have insurance, and we collect money and we do whatever it takes to take care of them. And I have been asked to now, just like in each phase of my career, whatever would happen to me and whatever would come of it, then I'd be asked to come and speak about it. Today, the thing that I'm asked to speak about most is lawyer depression. So I travel across the country speaking about lawyer depression. And of course, I still speak about the things that I've always spoken about, and that's the lawyer healer, therapeutic jurisprudence. I have stopped speaking about substantive law. For years, I gave seminars on cross-examination and expert witnesses and jury selection and jury argument. And so I don't speak about substantive law anymore, but I speak a lot on quality of life for lawyers and speak a lot on transformation of the legal system. And this is a very exciting time to be in that, because there's now a worldwide critical mass, a worldwide tipping point, where the legal systems are becoming more humanized and the systems are becoming more client-centered, and more lawyers and judges are practicing from an ethic of care. And the last two talks I made in the last 3 weeks were one in Zurich and one in Beijing, China. And certainly diverse places. You would expect healing law to be popular in Zurich, but you would wonder why anybody in China, a communist totalitarian system, would be interested in healing law. But interestingly enough, they are. And it's just, they're just putting their toe in the water, but they are. And so I see this critical mass as gathering steam. And so to me, it's the very best time in the history of the world to be a lawyer. And after 41 years and a long, tortuous journey, I feel very blessed to be here. If someone came to me and recognized that there was this global movement toward therapeutic jurisprudence and law as a healing profession, and asked my advice as to how to become part of it, my advice would be, first of all, to find a niche where you can become a lawyer healer and become very competent in that niche. Whether it's criminal law, family law, transactional law, it doesn't matter. And because we are becoming a global legal community, then start taking that out into the world and into the global legal community at every opportunity. For example, let's suppose someone is a family lawyer. That's always been a seedbed for healing law. And now there are very, very extensive networks of collaborative lawyers in Europe and other countries. And so I would advise such a lawyer to start networking with his or her colleagues on the other side of the world and really develop a globalized therapeutic practice.